Good day, my plant foldies. This is Richie at Grow Folds, and today we'll be big box store plant shopping at Lowe's at Southwest McKinney, Texas. It is a beautiful late afternoon when I went shopping here, and I want to take you alongside with me so we can go shopping together. As always, please make sure you are pressing the thumbs up or like button for this video. It definitely helps push this content out to more plant lovers like yourself. And also follow me on Instagram at Grow Folds. I'd love to be your friend on Instagram as well. But before we get into the plant shopping, you already know I have to go ahead and plug my plant podcast that I am part of called the Cultivation Corner. We are about to be filming season 3, but if you missed seasons 1 and 2, you should watch it as well.
Hey guys, I'm Janae from Janae Simone.
I'm Steve from Plants.
And I am Richie from Grow Folds, and we are
Cultivation Corner. We are so excited. We have a plant podcast. We talk about any and everything, all things plants, and we premiere every Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time on YouTube at cultivation_corner. So be sure to tune in and watch us.
Follow us also on Instagram, and be sure to share our videos and our episodes with all of you plant lovers. We need more cultivators, right,
Yes.
Steve?
Yes, we do. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna share the video.
You have
what
to.
you're
You
gonna do.
have to today. All right, guys.
Today.
We'll see you on the next one. I love my good friends Janae, Simone, and Steven of Plants. They are some really good friends of mine, even outside of our plant interests. Good people. So I really hope you guys will also take the time to subscribe to their channels. Search Cultivation Corner on YouTube and check out our plant podcast. I really do think that you guys will find a lot of the plant topics we talk about very interesting, and I have a lot of fun just talking away. I mean, you can tell whenever you go big box store plant shopping with me, I will talk your ear off for an entire hour. But as you can see right here, plant foldies, we've got some Lowe's deals. Lowe's is one of my favorite places to go big box store plant shopping. I mean, pretty much every day, let's be real. I am featuring either shopping at Lowe's, Walmart, Home Depot, or even Target. You know, these are places where you can really acquire some cost-effective plants. You can find some deals, you can find some sale plans, and today I'm just gonna pin around here so you can see that these Bonnie plants are for $10, so you can get a bunch of vegetable plants. Let's go ahead and pick up a couple right over here. You can see we've got many different varieties, and you know, as far as me, a couple of updates. I actually have a very nice vegetable garden. I have them growing in grower boxes and containers, and they are already starting to give me some vegetables, and so I'm super excited about that. I'm also excited at the fact that my garden in the back is doing very well, and with the vegetables that I've acquired and I've gotten them on sale, I actually am thinking about getting even more vegetables that are on sale and putting them in planters because I have a lot. For instance, I recently got some Japanese eggplants, but I wouldn't mind even getting this one as well. I love eggplants, and being Filipino American, you know, we use a lot of vegetables in our cooking, and for me, fresh vegetables picked from your garden will always taste better than even the most organic vegetables that you can buy at a grocery store. And you can see over here, really nice selection. Now, as far as vegetables, almost all of them will always require full sun, and I still have quite a bit of sun in my backyard. I have many trees, many Japanese maples, but they are taking quite a while for them to really establish and grow. So I am still able to grow a lot of these plants in full sun. And if you actually grow vegetables and they don't get full sun, their yield in terms of producing vegetables is actually going to be less. So you want to make sure that you're giving them full sun. Other care tips about vegetable gardening is making sure that you water your plants consistently. You don't want their soil to dry out completely for too long because the leaves will start to wilt, especially when it comes to pepper leaves. And here's the thing that I learned from my grandmother. I mean, I was actually tempted to buy some shishito peppers. I don't know if anybody likes shishito peppers. I love actually grilling them. They're really good, and you can see that they've already got some blooms. But as far as peppers, I also love the fact that you can actually eat pepper leaves in stews. There is a sour soup that I love to cook called sinigang, and I love using pepper leaves as compared to like spinach leaves, and I learned that from my grandmother, and I definitely have to go visit my grandmother again. She recently had her 90th birthday celebration, and I want to thank all of the plant foldies that wished her a happy birthday, number one. And then number two, for all of the plant foldies that actually have joined my YouTube membership tier called the Super Plant Foldies. Thank you so much, because you saw some behind the scenes stuff of my grandmother's celebration. I do have some more videos from her celebration that are going to be uploaded very soon. I'm just really trying to balance it out. Now, for those that are new to the channel, or for those that have been subscribed to the channel, I would hope you guys would consider joining my YouTube membership tier. Financially, it really does help me out. It helps the sustainability of me being able to produce YouTube videos for you guys. And for the price of a cup of coffee, literally, it's only for $2.99. You will really be supporting me long term in the efforts to produce big box store plant shopping videos, but you get access to me and my personal life. I am a little bit more transparent, even though I feel like I'm already transparent whenever I do big box or plant shopping videos, but I will show more of my family, my indoor space, definitely my houseplant tour. My houseplant tour will premiere and most likely just be on the YouTube membership tier. So definitely consider that. Feel free to join by clicking on the link that is pinned in the comment section of this video and many of my videos. Now, if you are watching my YouTube videos on a laptop or a computer, and I believe even an iPad, you can just hit the join button. That should be showing up. Now, if you're watching my videos on a phone, whether it's an iPhone or an Android, and on the YouTube app, you won't see the join button, so you'll have to go to the comment section to find the direct link. But anyways, plant foldies, you can see I like to take a little bit of time to show you the outdoor gardening plants. Proven winners plants, $29.98. We've got a white chiffon. This is a rose of Sharon, and it looks similar to a hibiscus, but what I love about the rose of Sharon is this one right here can actually be a perennial depending on your grow zone. So what that means is if a plant is a perennial plant, it will actually grow back year after year, even after the winter time. When it dies back, it'll come back in the spring or summer. And then you can see right over here, plant foldies, beautiful sun patient. So impatiens plants usually need to be in the shade, but you can see that it can be in full sun since it's called a sun patient. And then I'm just going to pan over here and just give you some views of the outdoor garden section for Lowe's at the Southwest McKinney, Texas location. one thing I love about going to Lowe's and just going shopping is the fact that they really do have some very cost-effective pricing when it comes to a lot of their outdoor garden plants and even these succulents and cactus. So I want to pick up a couple right over here. These are by Oasis Plant. These ones right here are not a bad price at all, and you can see that this is some type of kalanchoe. I love the red margins on the leaves. And you know, as far as succulents, again, you have to make sure that whenever you're planting succulents, you want to give them fast draining soil. That's number one. Number two, the majority of them are going to require a lot of bright light, sometimes full sun. And then number three, and this is super important, you never really want to get the foliage or the leaves wet with water. So I wouldn't water them with a hose or anything, especially if water gets stuck in between the crevices of their leaves, because it could potentially rot the succulents. But for instance, like this echeveria right here, say you get water stuck in between, it could sit there and actually rot the leaves. And you can see that there is a little bit of damage on some of the foliage, and that's because some water might have stayed on there, and then whenever it gets heat, it actually damages the succulent. So people will say that succulents are kind of hard to grow. At least for me, I haven't figured out the growing environment or growing conditions. The only succulent that's been easy for me to grow is this one right here for $6.98. This is a Crusala. This one is also known as a jade plant, and it's actually one of the easier ones. It reminds me of my childhood. My grandmother, my mother grew these as a kid, and it's one of the easier ones. These ones can actually be transformed into bonsai as well. And for those that don't know what bonsai is, it's literally the art of growing a miniature tree. $38.98. This is an Oasis succulent arrangement, and that's a really nice patio type container. And so if you want to skip the process of actually creating your own succulent arrangement, for $38.98, you get so many beautiful succulents right over here. I do love the combination. Again, for succulents, I wouldn't suggest getting their foliage wet. I would try to water the soil or bottom water them. That is probably the safest way to grow them. And then over here is an interesting type of echeveria. This is like an Echeveria volcania, something of that nature. And you can see right there, it's just got some weird textures around it. And that's what makes that's what makes succulents quite an interesting genus of plants, because there's so many different textures, colors, varieties. And, you know, it's a whole new world. Oftentimes we try to put ourselves in a specific plant niche. I urge all of our plant foldies, and for those that are new to the channel, I call my viewers and subscribers plant foldies. Welcome. My name is Richie, and I do daily 1-hour plant shopping videos, and I have started to delve into doing live streams featuring my baby chicken. So although it's not plant content, I really like sharing the journey of growing baby chickens into full-blown egg layers. So you will also see what they call pop-up chat rooms. It seems like a lot of our plant foldies like to chat, especially on the live premiere chats. So stay tuned for that. But as you can see over here, this is such an interesting succulent right over here. This one is for $12.98, and this one is the felt plant right here. This is known as a felt plant, and if you touch the leaves, it's got a really velvety texture about it. It is another type of kalanchoe, and it's just got a really nice texture. I mean, I can't believe that it's got a felt like texture on the leaves. Really interesting one. I would honestly grow that in my plant collection. But let's go ahead and just keep walking around and taking a look at some of the succulents and cactus. Oftentimes whenever I take you alongside with me, let's go shopping together for sure at big box stores, but oftentimes I like to pan around and show you how consistent the big box store plants are in the DFW market. I absolutely love it, because why not, right? There are so many varieties of plants, but what I can say about the consistency of a lot of the DFW big box stores is they have a lot of plants in stock. Now, in terms of any kind of critique I would give this particular Lowe's, I would say that there are some opportunities where they can improve on their merchandising, organization on some of the indoor tropical plants, but at the end of the day, they still have some quality plants that we should all buy up. Over here are some Opuntia. I love them because they're cold hardy, and these two right here that we're looking at can actually grow in my grow zone, which is 8B. It can actually tolerate really low conditions in low temperatures. And then over here is another type of aloe vera plant, and then we just have more succulents and cactus. So let's just continue to walk around and enjoy how beautiful these plants are. Feel free to leave in the comments section, again, plant foldies, any insights, plant info, anything you want me to know about you, because like I said, again, I love getting to know all of the plant foldies. And with the live streams that I have been scheduling featuring my little baby chickens, Catriona and Charlotte, I will be doing some interactive polls on there. We're going to be doing a lot of fun stuff and super excited about that. But let's continue to look at these plants. Like, look at this beautiful Aeonium plant right here. This is my favorite type of succulent because you can see that it's just got a beautiful flower-like shape to it. Mentioned how I actually have an outdoor garden and I've been growing a lot of vegetables. I love these counter vegetables. These are for $19.98. You can see that they've got different types of peppers right over here. I have a lot of tomatoes growing in my plant collection outside. And you know, as far as growing vegetables, you can either grow them in a raised bed where you just take some 2x4s and set them up, get some ground cover, and actually pot up your vegetables. So that's one way to get some beautiful vegetables, fresh vegetables that you can consume. And then over here, we're going to be looking at some hydrangeas. So hydrangeas, again, are plants that like acidic soil. So you need to make sure that you amend your soil to where it's more acidic. It's going to be able to thrive a little bit more so with that condition. And we have some urban jungle plants here. So this one made it outside, but this is a beautiful Epiprimnum aureum, pearls and jade pothos, another classic, another one I would definitely add to my plant collection. Any pothos plant. I urge anybody that is going to be growing indoor tropical plants to add a pothos plant to your plant collection because it is quite easy. And you'll see we've got so many different plants right over here. I love all of the hostas we're seeing. So hostas are a perennial plant. Love this as well. And what perennials mean is that you can grow these plants in the ground in a landscape, and depending on your grow zone, they will come back year after year. And you can see these are Costa Farms Dracaena lemon or Dracaena Limelights. These are for $22.98 in a 10-inch planter. Look at how bright these leaves are. And again, with Dracaenas, they can be a little bit more low light tolerant. They're a little bit more drought tolerant. So they're going to be an easy to care for plant. Now, in order to maintain the neon yellowish colors though, it is recommended to give them bright and direct light. Otherwise, they're going to be more of a darker green tone about it. So any neon colored plants, the more bright light that they get, the better off they would be. I wouldn't say that these would do well in full sun because these leaves will burn, but lots of light will really push out that yellowish neon green color. And let's walk around over here, plant foldies, and we can just keep looking at some of the other arrangements. So it looks like Nature's Way has these shade patio containers of tropical plants. So we've got a neon pothos, a kangaroo fern, a black rabbitfoot fern, and then a cordyline Hawaiian tea plant kiwi. What a beautiful combination. I love all the coloration right here. And I would like to ask everybody, as you guys continue to watch my shopping videos, let me know which big box store has some of the best arrangements of plants. I would say this one's not the very best, but I'm still happy that I can go over here and take a look at their beautiful outdoor plants. I mean, you can see over here, proven winners. Plants. Proven winners has definitely got some plants that are definite winners. It is for $6.98. We've got some impatiens right over here. The thing about proven winners plants is that they have hybridized these plants specifically for their line. They've got some very versatile plants, a lot of heat tolerant plants, drought tolerant plants. And you know, I recommend anybody, especially if you're going to have garden plants outdoors, to definitely buy proven winners plants. And if you are looking to delve into into the indoor tropical plants, Proven Winners Leaf Joy series. They've got a lot of indoor tropical plants, some that are not even released by Costa Farms plants. So you have many varieties and choices. That's the beauty of going shopping, right? It's us being able to source out plants wherever. And, you know, I mentioned this in a previous video, but I always say, you know, have a diverse outlook of where you buy your plants. Don't feel like you have to buy all your plants at a big box store. Don't also feel like you have to buy all your plants at a local nursery or a small business. It is okay to buy your plants in many different sources. Now, if you're asking me whether we should support local and small businesses, absolutely 1,000%. And that's the reason why I'm going to plug Peta's Planters in Dallas, Texas. It is one of my favorite plant shops to shop at. And what I love about it is Peta's Planters can source out a lot of the rare and uncommon plants, and she can now ship nationwide. So definitely check that out. But in terms of finding cost-effective plants as well, I also recommend shopping at a big box store. You know, a lot of times people will judge people that shop big box stores, but here is my message for anybody that does that. Oftentimes people will accuse a big box store from taking away businesses, small businesses, local businesses. I say you can still shop big box stores, right? You can still shop Proven Winners plants, Leaf Joy series plants, Costa Farms plants, but still support small businesses. It's all about whether the price is right, or more so whether the big box store is more accessible than, say, a local plant nursery. Because yes, in Dallas, Texas, we have a bigger selection of big box stores and local plant nurseries. So we do have so much selection. I can't necessarily say that for the rest of the country, whether only big box stores are available. And that's the reason why when people ask me why I do so much big box store plant shopping content, is because I feel like it's more universal. More people have access to going to a Lowe's, a Home Depot, or Walmart. But that doesn't necessarily mean that I don't want to buy plants from local small businesses. I mean, I even source out my plants from overseas. And everybody's plant foldy favorite. Say it with me, guys. Hydra Helix. Or however you want to say, the correct way to say it is Hedera Helix, which is the English ivy, $4.98. You already know I have to say Hydra Helix. It is a plant foldy staple. And for those that have discovered my plant shopping videos, I hope I did not scare you. I hope I did not freak you out. But this is just an inside joke where I have mispronounced Hedera Helix for more than a year and a half. It might be cringy. Thank you for all of the bashers, the naysayers that continue to make me relevant by saying that it's very cringy. But you know what? For those that love me for who I am, for those that appreciate the Hydra Helix, you guys are amazing. And again, when it comes down to it, my message for anybody that creates content, my message for anybody that wants to be the most authentic self, listen to your voice, be you, and don't listen to the negativity, because at the end of the day, it is you that is going to be your most authentic self, and it is you that is going to attract people that are genuinely going to care for you. So I've noticed that less and less people are calling me cringy. You might be thinking it, but you know what? You're exercising a little bit better social media tack, and that is another primary reason why I do daily plant shopping videos. Therefore, I can spread that message of kindness, positivity, and just being sensitive to people in terms of how they want to present themselves. I like to roast myself. So for those that have constantly tried to criticize me and say Richie is repetitive, he talks about the same thing. He says Hydra Helix, it's cringy, he is too commercial because he's always plugging in something. I'm going to continue to do that. And if you want to be at this channel, I love it. And I did want to call it out. For those that want to continue to press the dislike button, just know that you have put that much energy to dislike my content. But I love the fact, and this is my quote for you, for the haters or for anybody that has pressed the dislike button, I get to live in your mind rent-free. And that is amazing, because I have been relevant enough for you to have that energy to press the dislike button. So that's my spiel, and I just think it's hilarious, and I want to put it out there as much as I want to put out the fact that if you haven't already gotten into coleus plants, definitely consider getting yourself a coleus plant. Y'all, if you don't have one of these plants, and I know people will say it is an outdoor plant, you can grow coleus plants out indoors and outdoors, and they come in so many varieties. You're looking for a plant that's fast growing, very easy to propagate. Literally, the success rate of taking a cutting from this coleus plant and sticking it directly into soil is almost like a 98% chance it's going to take root within 3 to 4 days, and you have a brand new plant. You know, we talk about how do you save money on plants? Well, I mean, through plant propagation, through plant trades, definitely not from plant prop lifting. And, you know, for those that don't know what that term is, it's whenever you go to a big box store, a nursery, somebody's personal collection, and you just like snip off a plant. That is stealing. Please do not do that. And if you've thought about it and didn't exercise it, thank you for not doing that. And if you have prop lifted by taking cuttings and stuff, I want you to look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, was it that was that plant that important for you to actually lower your integrity and your standards for a plant? Really reflect on that and then ask for yourself for forgiveness, and don't do that again. Do not prop lift, do not scam people, do not trick people, because it has become even more prevalent. Plant foldies, can you believe that? Like, people are really that desperate for plants that we're, you know, taking cuttings, we're stealing plants. We can't do that. We really can't do that. Plants should not lower your integrity. Plants should not conjure negativity either. So whether you want to roast somebody for, you know, having a common plant, or better yet, want to hit the dislike button again for a content creator, ask yourself, was it really that necessary to do that? Let me know in the comment section below. I really want to know your insights. Plant foldies, and you know, I have a lot of like commentary. A lot of my big box store plant shopping videos have become more of me talking to the plant foldy community directly and really opening up that discussion, because it's a discussion we definitely need to be discussing because it's so prevalent in the plant community. Now, plant foldies, as you can see right here, we have walked into the indoor tropical section, and I will say in a more constructive feedback for the this particular Lowe's is, I just wish that there was a little bit more attention to detail in just sourcing out these plants and actually organizing them. I get that some big box stores may not necessarily have the staffing or the scheduling for it, but I just feel like to drive sales and to really get more people inspired to go shopping, when it's organized a little bit more, so when the plants are kept a little bit better, you're going to get more people inspired to buy plants. I know that I would build my basket even more and spend more money, and it's happened to me before where I have spent money making impulse buys because I found something as beautiful as this Fittonia plant, for instance, this Costa Farms Fittonia plant. It's an exotic angel plant. This one is for $5.98, but it's all about how you present your product, right? If it's organized, if it's neat, if it's clean, if it's inviting, we are all going to be more inspired to do that. Plant foldies, I'm going to be looking and showing you all of these Costa Farms plants, picking them up and letting you know, like the ruby red Fittonia for what is it, $5.98. This is another beautiful plant. I love red plants. I love looking at Fittonias. I would not buy one though because of the watering requirements a Fittonia needs. It needs to stay moist, and I don't have the consistency in watering, and that's also another thing that I will continue to repeat and let you guys know, that if you're thinking about buying a plant, look at the care conditions, the care requirements it needs in order for it to thrive into your plant collection. Now, this Epipremnum aureum global green pothos, $9.98. This is phenomenal because this is one of those plants that used to be super expensive about 5 years ago. This is actually a variegated green on green variegation that was discovered in Japan. This was something that I paid like $50 US for a one leaf, one node cutting. Thank you to Costa Farms for actually making these readily available for the general public. It's a beautiful plant. Now, the only thing is with this particular pothos plant, you must give it lots of bright indirect light in order for it to really push out that green on green variegation. You can see right over here, this is also a beautiful plant as well. Look at this right here. This is a Hoya carnosa crimson princess. I love Hoyas. I think Hoyas are a plant that you can definitely get into because they are easy to care for. There's hundreds of varieties. They have beautiful blooms. I have yet to get mine to bloom, but you know what? Patience is a virtue, and we'll see whenever my Hoyas decide to bloom. Over here, we've got a bromeliad, and you know, when I first started my plant shopping, I never really cared for bromeliads, but I do find them interesting. This is not a bad price at all by Costa Farms again. And you know, as I continue to do these big box store plant shopping videos, know that I will be featuring a lot of Costa Farms plants. I know that Costa Farms recently just had a little bit of a controversy in just terms of a certain post online. But like I said again, guys, I would say just make sure that you are looking at all the facts holistically and just see what that looks like. I'm not taking any sides. All I'm going to say is this. What I see and what I've seen and the treatment I've received from Costa Farms has always been kind. So I just want to make sure that everybody is just not jumping the gun and really making assumptions, opinions, decisions, whatever that may be. Because look at this. They've presented us with another Hydra Helix. And, you know, all of these plants that we see at big box stores are made possible by Costa Farms and even Urban Jungle Plants, Live Trends Design. Now, all of the plants we are looking at, they are cost effective. You know, a lot of the 6-inch hanging baskets by Costa Farms are typically $16.98. And I have been really good about staying within budget, at least whenever I am going big box store plant shopping. Now, my recent purchases for PlantCon 2025 in Houston, that remains to be seen. But all I'm going to say is this: you only live once. YOLO. Buy the plant if it brings you joy. And it's a little bit contradictory of what I mentioned about really having the intentional thought process of what you're actually going to buy whenever you go plant shopping. You know, the tips I will also present, and I don't necessarily always follow, but I'm going to put it out there, is whenever you are going to go shopping for plants, whether it's an indoor tropical plant, a gardening plant, set aside a budget of what you want. And then also know what kind of plants you are wanting to buy. Do the research on the house plant or whatever plant you are intending to buy whenever you go shopping, like knowing the care tips, the space requirements, the environmental requirements. And I think it's going to make plant shopping easier for you, more efficient, and in long term, you're going to be able to keep the plant alive. But as you can see right over here, I'm just picking up lots of plants, and this one is for $8.98. Manjula pothos have made it back into big box stores, specifically Lowe. So these are in the 5-inch planters. I do still think that $8.98 for Manjula pothos are a good deal. I mean, look at that. What I love about the Manjula pothos, again, is it's got those nice round leaves, beautiful variegation. And the only drawback I would say about Manjula pothos is it's a little bit of a slower grower, but when the roots establish and if you fertilize it a little bit more consistently, it's going to grow a little bit faster for you. And then you can see right over here, we've got a golden pothos. This one has low variegation, but needless to say, it's still a beautiful plant. And let's take a look at this. So I don't know this particular Hydra Helix. This Hydra Helix has some beautiful variegation. Unfortunately, the plant ID has disappeared, so I'm not sure, but look at this. Plant foldies, what do you think about the variegation of this Hydra Helix? And despite the fact that a Hydra Helix That one was for you, Kathy, my plant foldy from Canada. But, you know, despite the fact that Hedera helix is challenging, I mean, it's that variegation that really gets me and makes me want to grow one. This one right here is a Philodendron Hederaceum, Brazil. $16.98 is the retail value. This is one plant that I believe everybody should add into their plant collection. Is a classic choice for a house plant. It is an easy to care for house plant. It is an inexpensive, cheap house plant, but it is one that is easily propagated, and it's one of my favorites. Over here is another plant that we have right here. It is a black lipstick pagoda plant. Really love that as well. So as far as what I would say, definitely consider getting lipstick plants. They're very similar to Hoyas. And we're just going to keep looking at all the other plants that we have available here. It looks like we've got another creeping ivy, or is it a creeping ivy? I'm not 100% sure. Or creeping fig, sorry. Really nice small leaf textures. Really pretty plant as well by Costa Farms. And then we're just going to keep exploring and looking what plants they have here. And that's the reason why I said, as a constructive critique, I would just say I wish that this Lowe's location had a little just bit more organization for their plants. I am thankful that they have plants available for us, but I truly believe that they would be able to sell a little bit more plants if they were just organized a little bit neater. Either way, I get to go over here and actually look at beautiful plants like this Hydra Helix. This one is a massive one right over here for $20.98. And look at all of these Manjula pothos. Like, I'm very tempted to get another Manjula pothos, even though, thanks to Costa Farms, whenever I went to PlantCon 2025 in Orlando, they gave me a official hanging basket, 8-inch hanging basket of a Manjula pothos mother plant. And it is growing so well for me, but you know, there are certain plants that you could have doubles, triples, a dozen in your plant collection. Manjula pothos will always have a seat in the table when it comes to multiples of a specific plant. Same thing with any Aglonema variety. But I mean, take a look at this beautiful Manjula pothos. I need this in my life. Feel free to drop a super sticker. It's a monetary tip for a content creator on YouTube. Just press the $sign if you want me to purchase this Manjula pothos. I will definitely do that. Shout out to David, my plant foldy, that recently gave a huge super sticker. I was able to rescue 2 Aglonema red siams. There is a shorts video of when I actually rescued it, and I will make a small shorts video of what it looks like when I repot it in a terracotta planter. But Manjula pothos, they do need bright indirect light in order for them to really have the best variegation. They are slower growing plants. Water when the soil is dry, and that is it. It is an easy to care for plant. And let's just keep picking up some more plants and admiring what they have available at this Lowe's location. foldies, you saw the beautiful hanging baskets by Costa Farms, and now we're going to look at some of the other plants we have available here. This is a Costa Farms trending tropical plant. It's one that everybody has seen if you're watching my videos. This one is an Epipremnum aureum global green pothos for $19.98. It's in a self-watering planter. Look at that beautiful green on green variegation. I would totally buy this global green pothos. It is an absolute stunner. The only thing about global green pothos is it's not as drought tolerant as some of the other pothos plants. You definitely need to stay on top of the watering. Otherwise, if you let it dry out completely for too long, it starts to get leggy and lose its leaves. So I just want to make sure that, we look at that. And then also, as far as these right here, Ficus lyrata or aphid fig leaf tree, this one is by Urban Jungle right here for $24.98. Gotta love some Urban Jungle plants. And later on in this video, I'm going to be showing you some Urban Jungle plants as well as Live Trends Design. This one right here is a self-watering planter, fiddle fig leaf tree, again by Costa Farms, $15.98. And my fiddle fig leaf tree actually grows under a grow light. I ended up getting it on sale. It was a rescue plant for 99 cents, and it has been growing slowly but steadily for me, and I am happy with it. I would love to get a variegated version of a fiddle fig leaf tree. Not sure if that one is really going to be a stable plant or if it would be as finicky as people say. And then let's take a look at this sea of Aglonema golden bays. And this is another plant that I have 3 of them in my plant collection, and I don't mind having another one. It is a larger leaf Aglonema. It's one of the greener varieties. And as far as the green large leaf varieties, they are the easy ones as well. So we'll see what that looks like. So over here, we've got some Epipremnum aureum lemon meringue pothos. This one is for $19.98. Beautiful pothos plant, self-watering planter, trending tropical plant. And this is a Costa Farms exclusive. That one is a sport mutation that they found on their property and was able to propagate it and make it for the masses. And then here is another golden bay, Aglonema golden bay. Plant foldies, if you have not bought an Aglonema, the 3 Aglonemas I would recommend purchasing if you are a plant foldy would be an Aglonema red siam, an Aglonema silver bay, and the third one would be an Aglonema golden bay. These are the ones that you would typically find at big box stores. They are the easiest to take care of, and they are the most cheap and inexpensive Aglonema you will find. And then I'm just going to pan over here and continue to show you all of the plants that they have at this Lowe's location. You can see we have some Sansevierias varieties here. These ones are only for $13.95. These are by Urban Jungle Plants. Look at the beautiful terracotta planters that are hand painted. Beautiful boho looking aesthetic, and I actually like the look of this Sansevieria. I actually collect Sansevieria, or what you call snake plants. They are drought tolerant, they are low light tolerant, they're easy to care for, and it is another recommendation of mine is in terms of just a plant or a house plant that I would add to my plant collection. So let's just continue to pick up some of these plants. You can see we've got some Alocasia dragon scales right over here, and these are only for $13.98. A beautiful planter by Urban Jungle. Urban Jungle actually has a really good selection of Alocasias for a very cost-effective plant price. So again, with Alocasias, I prefer to grow them in lechuza pond. If you're to grow them in soil, you just need to make sure that you stay on top of the watering. But that is another beautiful Alocasia. And that's another reason why I love going to Lowe's, because they do have consistency with their plants. I mean, this one right here is an example of a Syndapsis that has been growing at this Lowe's location for a while. You can tell when plants have been in a big box store because they are either trailing, they've put on a lot of new growth. And you know, this is one that I am tempted to get. The thing about Syndapsis is you have to give it lots of bright indirect light, otherwise they end up getting very leggy. And as much as I like this one right here for $16.98 by Live Trends Design, it is going to be a pass for me today. I don't intend to purchase any plants today, just because I am trying to save what little money I have for PlantCon Houston 2025. It is about 12 days from now, May 31st, and I am super excited. Hopefully any plant foldies going to Houston, send me a direct message on Instagram, because I would love to meet up with you guys. I will be hanging out at the Classy Rabbit soil booth. Definitely check out Classy Rabbit. I love the soil, and it is one that I would highly recommend. If you can't make it to PlantCon, you can still order on classyrabbit.com. It's free shipping. They are offer free shipping. And as far as anybody that has been actually watching my videos the past 2 days, or at least this past weekend, you know that I have done almost half a day, 12-hour plus live streaming of my beautiful baby chickens, Catriona and Charlotte, my Barred Rock chicken and my Rhode Island Red chicken. So that's something that I have been delving into, is just growing little baby chickens. I appreciate all of the plant foldies that have joined the live streams. It is another way of me creating a pop-up chat room. I know that a lot of you guys will love to go on to these live premiere chats at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, because we all want to chat with each other, and that's what makes this community so fun, because we have gotten to know each other over the months and over the year. And now I have another feature called the pop-up chat room, where I will literally just live stream my little baby chickens. Feel free to hop on those live streams. I will just let them live stream even overnight. It's quite interesting to see people jump on the live streams at like 2 or 3 in the morning. And for those that have given me super stickers or super thanks, which is again another monetary tip that you can give a YouTube content creator, thank you so much for that. And for those that have not joined the YouTube membership tier, please consider joining the YouTube membership tier. I know that I mention this often, but it is only for the price of a cup of coffee, a bag of chips that you would snack on. It's only $2.99, but you will unlock early access to some of my videos, membership only exclusive videos. You will be able to use special emojis, custom emojis, and there's some other ones as well. When I start selling plant foldy merchandise, you will also receive a membership only discount for being a member. And if you want to gift other plant foldies a random YouTube membership tier for at least a month, there is an option under the super sticker tab where you can do membership gifting. So I wanted to go ahead and put that out again, and I wanted to say thank you to all the plant foldies that continue to support me even on a monetary basis, because that makes these YouTube videos possible. It really helps pay for my gas, the time I invest, as well as some of the supplies that I have. Anyways, let me get off of my little blurb before somebody else continues to say, Richie, you're very commercial. I can be, but you know what? Like I said again, I would rather be my most authentic self rather than to not be myself on my personal YouTube channel. But anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of the plants we have here. What I also think is really interesting about big box stores is, again, it's the merchandising. I just wish that we could put these plants in a more organized way, because I just think that there is so much potential. Like, here is probably the 2 plants, and I'll go back to that in a bit, that I would purchase if I were to buy any plants today. But you can see that at least the planters that they have at this Lowe's location are organized in a neat and orderly fashion. This is the one planter that I've been eyeing for more than a year. It's $29.98. I really like this ginkgo leaf tree planter. I just think that it's so beautiful. It is something that I have been eyeing, but for some reason I haven't spent the money on it. I think it's because I can't really justify the budget on spending $30 on a planter. Call me crazy, but I'll spend $30 on a plant. But planters, sometimes I just really have to find them on sale. I know that Target recently put a lot of their planters. Target had a really good sale where it was like 40% off. Now over here is what I was talking about. I am obsessed with this Epipremnum aureum pearls and jade pothos, $16.98. Really love the look of this plant right here. I think it's amazing. It's one of those beautiful curated looks. You can see right here, look at that variegation. And if you look at the nuances of this particular pearls and jade, it has more of a narrow leaf shape, $16.98. And I love that the ceramic planter is a white one or a cream one. And it really does match that white cream variegation of a pearls and jade pothos. I would totally buy this if this was available again at this Lowe's location. I love hanging basket ceramic planters by Live Trends Design because they have very stylistic ones. And then you can see right here, Phalaenopsis orchids. And then what else do we have here? We have another beautiful Live Trends Design planter. You can see that the nuances and details of the rope and the leather, and you can see this is another beautiful pearls and jade pothos. I would totally buy both of these. These are $16.95. So for any plant foldies that want to fund this, I would totally purchase these and even show you a video of me purchasing and rescuing these plants. But seriously though, pothos plants, plant foldies, you've got to add them in your plant collection. If you want one that doesn't lose its variegation, get yourself a pearls and jade pothos or a enjoy pothos. They're very similar. Look at how gorgeous these two are. And again, this is another pearls and jade pothos. Both of them are very great specimens of a plant. And then we can look over here. We've got an Epipremnum alplissimum, or what they call the silver streak pothos. This one is for $15.98. Love the look of that one. And you can actually get really large leaves. It's got very elongated leaves over here. And in plant foldies, we're going to now delve into more Live Trends Design plants as well as urban jungle plants. This whole area right over here has a lot of them. I'm just going to continue to pick up some of these plants and show you them. Let me know in the comments section what you think about these plants. Would you purchase them? This one is $24.98. This is an urban jungle hanging basket. I love the Philodendron heteroecium Brazil. To get more of the neon yellowish colors, you need to provide a Philodendron heteroecium Brazil, more bright indirect light. As far as watering, water it when the soil is completely dry and you will be doing just fine with it. Now here are all of the Live Trends Design self-watering planters. Look at how beautiful they are. These are only for $14.98. I love the aesthetic of this planter here. And look at this beautiful peperomia. It's got almost an aurea variegation. And so we're just going to take a look at all of these Live Trends Design plants. Let me know if you are team Costa Farms, team Live Trends Design plants, or team urban jungle plants in the comments section. Again, plant foldies, your comments really help drive that engagement for the YouTube channel, and it helps grow the channel so we can get more super plant foldies and regular plant foldies to join. But let's just keep picking up these plants and enjoy their beautiful foliage. So here is an uncommon find of a Philodendron heteroecium. This one is actually a Philodendron heteroecium silver streak. You'll notice that it actually has like white cream variegation versus just the green and neon yellow variegation. That's the Philodendron Hederaceum Brazil, but the Philodendron Hederaceum Silver Streak, some people will say it's surreal. Please leave in the comment section the specifics of the plant ID, but you can see that there is a difference between the Brazil and the Silver Streak. This one is for, I believe, $15.98. It is an urban jungle plant, and I am actually tempted to purchase it because I think it's nice and full. It's an easy to care for plant, and it is actually a nice size for a plant like this. Pothos Neon or Neon Pothos plant, $16.95 by Live Trends Design. I really love the look of it, and that is another plant that, even though the price is $16.95, I think it's worth it because of the stylistic planter. And who doesn't love a Neon Pothos? Use the hashtag Neon Pothos if you love it. That is my favorite pothos plant. And take a look at these Alocasias as well by Live Trends Design. Look at that. That is a beautiful one. That is only for $14.95. Notice lots of Live Trend Design plants, urban jungle plants. This one is for $13.95 in a taller planter. This is a Peperomia obtusifolia variegata. An example of a plant that I know has been growing here for a while. You can see that it's gotten a lot taller. This is another plant that I may end up rescuing at some point because it's been here for a while. I would hate for it to just go to plant heaven as its future, because this has been growing here for about a month and a half, maybe 2 months, because I often see that particular one, and it's still living its best life. So it's got some established roots. And then look at all of these beautiful new urban jungle ceramic terracotta planters. This one is a bird's nest fern, and I'm gonna just continue to pick up some plants and show you the indoor tropical plants. Hopefully, plant foldies, you guys are enjoying this big box or plant shopping experience today. Let me know in the comment section what plants you've been buying. And again, plant foldies, for those that have tuned in to my non-plant shopping videos, aka Charlotte and Catriona, my baby chickens, thank you for tuning in. Again, I will be having lots of pop-up chat rooms. They will sporadically pop up, and I will just let them stream. Feel free to hop in and out of those live chats. And if you want, you can also share the link to others, and you can even team replay it. So the thing about it is, plant foldies, if you're ever doing plant chores, if you want somebody to chat with you, aka me, because I am very talkative, you can just binge my videos and play it in the background. Or if you want some cute baby chickens chirping in the background and some relaxing brown noise, also known as the fan, you can play my live streams. Again, they do get uploaded to YouTube. They are a good 12 hours long. So let me know. And if you do team replay any of my live streams, again, please use the hashtag team replay. But as you can see right here, plant foldies, I'm just doing a final scan around all of the beautiful plants here. And while this Lowe's location may not be the most merchandised and organized Lowe's location, they still have beautiful plants. I'm thankful that the employees still take care of these plants as best to their ability. And, you know, as far as plants like this one right here, Dieffenbachia, we haven't really talked a lot about Dieffenbachia recently, but I've been getting into the Dieffenbachia as well. Really excited to present to you guys an unboxing video from Green Spaces ID. I will be be potentially receiving the plants on Tuesday. So take a look at that. And you already know, plant foldies, that I am in the search for Aglonema. And you can see this is another Aglonema, Aglonema Maria. This is a green leaf Aglonema. It's another common one for $15.98. It's green everywhere, but it is another easy to care for plant. I would say it is one of the more faster growing Aglonemas and the least fussy when you compare to the colorful ones. And I'm going to dig here because this plant has been growing at this Lowe's location, and I can tell you since Christmas, since December. And you can see that this is a beautiful Aglonema red Siam, but this one has quite a bit of red on it. Now this one is still $15.98. I really feel like I need to rescue this Aglonema because it has been growing here since December, and you can see that the quality of an Aglonema red Siam is really epitomized by the amount of red margins it has. It's a beautiful plant. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna put these two down. Notice how beautiful Aglonema are, and again, I am very passionate about continuing the campaign of getting everybody talking about Aglonema, getting excited about Aglonema, buying Aglonema, commenting to other vendors and sellers that we need more Aglonema in our life because they're very easy to care for plants. They're super underrated, but with the power of the GrowFold Plant Foldy community, we can hashtag popularize Aglonema. I'm going to put this red one right here because maybe in a more visible area, somebody will want to buy that Aglonema red Siam. I may try to rescue it, but again, my funds are super low, but that is a beautiful Aglonema red Siam for sure. And again, plant foldies, I'm just going to go pick up a couple more plants. These are the interesting ones right here by Live Trends Design. This is a Philodendron Heteroecium Silver Streak Pothos. Beautiful plant, but I'm not a fan of the actual planter. But, you know, to each their own, you've got different aesthetics. And I'm going to just pick these up and then just finish up this video for you guys today. Has been a fun and exciting shopping experience for me. I love taking you shopping with me alongside with me at these big box stores. You know, these are big box stores that can save you money whenever you're starting a plant collection. If anything, you can just window plant shop with me. You let me do the shopping and let me spend the money while you guys can see some beautiful foliage, beautiful plants, and you don't have to spend money at all. That's another way to save money on plants, is just window plant shopping. But again, plant foldies, I will have another brand new video for you guys soon. If you haven't already, please consider joining my my YouTube membership tier. You will see more of my personal plans and help continue to fund and grow this YouTube channel. It is a more sustainable way of continuing this YouTube channel. So press the join button if you're watching this YouTube video on a computer. If not, look for the direct link in the comment section. I will have it pinned for you to join my YouTube membership page for only $2.99. I did want to pan over here and show you this beautiful Aglonema red Siam. Should I rescue it? Let me know in the comment section. As always, my name is Richie at GrowFolds. I will have a brand new video for you tomorrow. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope everybody has had an amazing day. Keep growing your plants healthy. Bye. Good day, my plant foldies. This is Richie at GrowFolds, and today will be big box store plant shopping at the Lowe's out in West Plano, Texas. It is a beautiful Tuesday morning when I actually film this. As always, please make sure you are pressing the thumbs up or like button for this video. It definitely helps push this content out to more plant lovers like yourself. And to also follow me on Instagram at GrowFolds. That is the fastest and most direct way to get in touch with me. I'd love to connect with you guys. And if you have any questions about the plants that I feature for my plant shopping excursions, definitely send me a direct message. But as you can see right here, it is a beautiful morning. I woke up around around 5:30 in the morning to go drive down to West Plano, Texas. For those that are new to the channel, I call my viewers and subscribers plant foldies. My name is Richie and I do daily 1-hour plant shopping videos, and I felt very productive on Tuesday because I woke up early so I could start filming lots of plant videos, plant content for all of the plant foldies on this channel. You can see it is a beautiful morning, and the mornings are my favorite time of the day. And so we're going to be seeing a lot of interesting plants that I came across while filming and shopping on Tuesday. So stay tuned for all of the plant finds. I'll show you some of the outdoor plants, but mostly indoor plants for this particular episode. And you know, as far as Lowe's, they have been coming out with a lot of new plants, and for me it's all about just sourcing out many different types of plants, whether it's indoor tropical plants or outdoor plants. To me, it doesn't really matter as long as you have the time and space to take care of the plants. I tend to just go overboard and buy as many plants as possible. If you haven't already seen my Green Spaces ID rare unboxing video of all these Aglonema, definitely check that out. I just premiered it not too long ago, and it is in my playlist and video sections. But morning times, can we talk about how it is just a lot more peaceful whenever you are up early in the morning? I just feel like whenever you are up in the morning early, it is just super productive. But this is a particular Lowe's location that I like to visit because they tend to be super full and they have a huge selection of plants that we're going to be seeing in the next hour-long video that I have for you. I'm going to be touching base on some of the philodendrons that you won't see typically at most big box stores, but they have been making appearances at this particular Lowe's location. So definitely stay tuned till the very end of this video to see some of the plants that I happen to find and whether I will end up buying a plant. I've been really good about not buying plants.
Hey guys, I'm Janae from Janae Simone.
I'm Steve from I Live Plants.
And I am Richie from Grow Folds, and we are
Cultivation Corner. We are so excited. We have a plant podcast. We talk about any and everything, all things plants, and we premiere every Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time on YouTube at cultivation_corner. So be sure to tune in and watch us.
Follow us also on Instagram, and be sure to share our videos and our episodes with all of you plant lovers. We need more cultivators, right,
Yes.
Steve?
Yes, we do. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna share the video. That's
have
what
to.
you're gonna
You
do.
have to. Today. All right, guys.
Today.
We'll see you on the next one.
All right.
And plant foldies, you already know that I have to plug my co-mates for Cultivation Corner Plant Podcast, Janae Simone and Steven of I Live Plants. I miss working with them. Season 2 finished, and so we are going to be filming season 3 Cultivation Corner Plant Podcast. So plant foldies that have not subscribed to the channel, my question is, why haven't you? We only have about 600 subscribers, but there are about 12,500 plant foldies, and I'm so thankful you guys chose to hit the subscribe button on my channel. But I would love for you guys to also go over to the Cultivation Corner Plant Podcast, do a YouTube search, leave in the comment section that you are a plant foldie. So anyways, let me get out of the commercials because I know some of the folks have left feedback about how I'm too commercial. So let's get into the actual plants. So you'll see that a lot of the big box stores like Lowe's will feature a lot of these Bonnie plants for sale, and you can see that they even have a raised bed kit that you can create in your backyard space. I happen to have some vegetables growing, predominantly peppers and tomatoes, and I think outdoor gardening, vegetable gardening is definitely in season. You know, when you think about sustainable ways to get food, growing your own food is the best way, and I feel like cost effective wise, it doesn't cost as much, and if it does cost a little bit more than say going grocery store shopping for your vegetables and herbs, I say at least you know that whatever you are watering your plants, whatever source you are growing these plants in, you know 150% what vegetables you are growing and whether they have chemicals and pesticides. You know, that's for me the joy of I guess, growing plants outdoors, especially vegetable gardening. It reminds me of my grandmother when I was growing up. She always grew so many different vegetables. And whenever we would make Filipino dishes, I am Filipino American. And the thing about it is, in the Philippines, for instance, you don't really buy your vegetables at a grocery store. You go to an open market where those vegetables have been freshly picked. It just reminds me of my childhood with my grandmother just growing so many fresh vegetables. And I will say, freshly grown tomatoes are the best. Any type of vegetables that are freshly grown are the best. I mean, feel free to leave in the comments section, Plant Foldies, what you think about outdoor gardening, especially for vegetables. I think it is the best and most cost-effective way to get food sources. But you can see right over here, Plant Foldies, we have so many varieties and selection, and there are Lowe's deals. There are many ways to save money when you are shopping at Lowe's. And to me, I don't mind purchasing already grown vegetable plants versus starting them from seed. It kind of gives you a head start. So that's just my blurb about vegetable gardening. Hopefully the Plant Foldy community has also started growing vegetables. And then I did want to pan over how beautiful these roses are. These are knockout roses, and you can see that the sun hasn't even fully risen yet. And just the lighting, the gentle lighting of morning sun is absolutely amazing. For me, it is all about soaking in the moment. Whenever I wake up in the morning, I am just super thankful that I have my health, I have my family, my friends, my career, and especially I have a community of kind Plant Foldies. And that's the thing about our community, Plant Foldies. You guys make this YouTube channel. And what I say about you make this YouTube channel, it's because you guys invest in all of that time to interact with each other on the live premiere chats. And I have to say, the amount of kindness, random acts of kindness is what I'm trying to say, is just impeccable with the community. I did want to shout out David for getting 15 random Plant Foldies to be able to enjoy the YouTube membership tier, the Super Plant Foldies. Thank you so much, David, again. I know that you're trying to assign certain Plant Foldies that have not made it to the YouTube membership tier. Again, for those that are interested, and I'm going to put this out there, please consider joining my YouTube membership tier. It is only for $2.99, and you get full access to a lot of my personal plants, my lifestyle blogs, anything that is not necessarily within the niche of big box or plant shopping. I may even just do my face reveal on my YouTube membership tier. If you are interested, just press the link in the comments section that is pinned to join, or if you are watching this on a computer, you will see the join button next to, I think, the thumbs up button. So definitely check that out. And now we're going to be actually going into this Lowe's location. So a little insight about this Lowe's location. I have been shopping for indoor tropical plants at this Lowe's location for a good 6-7 years, and they continue to just have very consistent merchandising when it comes to the plants. And to me, whenever you're going big box store plant shopping, that's what's super important. It's to be able to go into a location and have the items merchandised, organized, neat, and clutter-free. I can just say, for anybody that is a consumer, for anybody that goes to big box stores like Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, Target, you want your space to be organized. And I will say this particular Lowe's does a phenomenal job when it comes to the organization. And what I love about it is it's in a separate, almost like greenhouse space where they have wide open windows. And you already know these plants are getting the best lighting because of the large windows. And so for me, I love filming at this location as well because they have such good lighting. It is still super early in the morning. I was actually filming around 6:30 or 7 o'clock in the morning. And so there weren't even anybody shopping here. I oftentimes feel somewhat awkward walking around a big box store and filming. I try not to be intrusive, invasive with other people's spaces, but more so, I don't want to come off being like suspicious because there's some random person filming filming all of these plants and just picking up plants. So that's why I totally get it if an employee may ask, what am I doing? Whenever I am approached by an employee, which has only happened really 3 times in the 1.5-year span, I've only been asked to stop filming twice, which I respectively, agreed to. But, for me, it is all about trying to get this content out here. And at the end of the day, as long as I feel like I'm not invading anybody's privacy, I don't get people in the videos, I don't ask questions from the employees, I literally mind my own business, I think it's totally worth it for the plant foldy community. But yes, it is such a beautiful place here. And you can see right off the bat, we have a Ficus elastica right here. This one is the Shivriana. $15.98 in a self-watering planter by Costa Farms. And I will talk about Costa Farms again because they have just been coming out with so many beautiful plants. And to me, Costa Farms just makes it readily available for us to get plants at a cost-effective price. I know that some people may not always want to buy at a big box store because some people feel that buying big box store plants kind of takes away from local small businesses. My message again is it's okay to buy plants at a big box store. It is okay to look for cost-effective plant pricing. That is what makes businesses run. And to me, you are entitled to shop locally, support small businesses, local businesses, shop online, hence even buy plants from overseas. I say always just look to diversify where you get your plant sources. I think that is the best method because then you'll find more diverse plants, you will find more readily available plants and plants at a good price. So let's just continue to walk around here, plant foldies. I'll pick up a couple of plants. Feel free to leave in the comment section what you think, what plants you would buy. And if you have any questions about the care tips for these plants or any plants that you think I could recommend for an easy to care for plant, leave that in the comment section below. But for now, I'm just going to walk around and pick up some plants and take you shopping with me. And plant foldies, you already know this is a big box store plant shopping video from Grow Folds, myself. And when you see an Aglonema red Siam, this is another Costa Farms plant, $15.98. I love the fact that it's in the self-watering planter. This is such a beautiful plant. I love the pink stems, and Aglonemas are starting to get a little bit more popularity because our plant foldy community has used the hashtag popularize Aglonema. If you're watching this video for the first time, I would highly recommend getting this plant. It is an easy care plant. It's one that can tolerate lower light conditions, and it's also drought tolerant. It's also budget friendly and cost effective. So there's just so many great things happening with the Aglonema red Siam. Please buy one. I'm asking you guys, if you are watching this video, if you've been following my YouTube channel for more than a year and you don't have an Aglonema red Siam, let's buy one today. And you can see that Costa Farms just has a lot of these different plants. We've got Phytonias and different types of philodendrons. And that is such a fun thing to do whenever you are going big box or plant shopping. You can just practice mindfulness and feel like you don't necessarily have to buy the plants. All you have to do is just walk around and enjoy the plants at a big box store. There are a couple of viewers and subscribers that have mentioned to me that they've actually tried that and it was really rewarding. So I really appreciate those that actually listen to my commentary and my insights. I know I'm a little chatty. I know I can be repetitive. I know that I can even be cringy, but you guys have really accepted me for my most authentic self, and I just feel comfortable being able to talk to you guys for an hour straight about plants and anything else that is related to plant content. You can see over here, plant foldies, another type of Syndapsis by Costa Farms. And this is another exotic angel plant by Costa Farms. I'm really curious if you guys have acquired a lot of Costa Farms plants. There are a couple of Costa Farms plants that I would like to acquire. Mainly their Aglonema that they need to re-release. I saw on their website on costafarms.com, they had so many other Aglonemas, and I hope that they cycle through and release some. I really do think that for big nurseries like Costa Farms, also even Live Trends Designs, them actually investing in a plant that's not as readily available is really going to create a trend. I mean, feel free to leave in the comments, again, plant foldies, if you have any insights about that. There are many viewers that actually take the time to leave comments, and I do appreciate that. I read through each and every one of them. My phone gets notifications whenever you guys leave comments, and so that means I will be able to respond to any of your questions or even plant insights. And I love just going here and picking up these plants. You can see this is another Epipremnum aureum. This one, I believe, is a jade pothos for $16.95. Live Trends Design. And it's no secret, I love Live Trends design aesthetics. It's that modern contemporary vibe that I get. I like simplistic planters, and I've explained this before. There is something to be said about simplicity, whether it's a minimalistic look that you're going for, but for me, it's the planter just being simple. That way it highlights the plant and it's not really fighting the planter in its design. That's just my personal aesthetic. Now, there are some people that really love character in their planters, and I applaud you guys for that. I just happen to be more on the simplistic sense. Somebody had asked why I was using a lot of terracotta planters for a lot of my Aglonemas. The reason being is terracotta planters, if you didn't know, can actually reduce overwatering, because terracotta planters don't hold nearly as much moisture. It actually absorbs the moisture versus, say, a plastic planter. So that's the reason why I'm using it for my Aglonemas. And then you can see over here in the corners, we've got a spathiphyllum or a peace lily, and you can see that is the price, $19.98 by Live Trends Design. And even though there is a little bit of a bevel and texture to the actual planter, I love how the shape is still simplistic. It's very elegant, and kudos to the Live Trends Design team. There is a lot of thought process whenever they present plants, and also whenever they present plants with such beautiful modern aesthetics. So we're just gonna keep picking up plants here. Now, as far as spathiphyllum or peace lilies, they are very thirsty plants, so you have to water these consistently. They will definitely let you know if they are in need of water. I do love the green foliage. We talk about plants that are just green. Oftentimes we are always looking for that variegated plant. And with PlantCon 2025 in Houston, Texas, just days away, I already know I will be featuring hours, and I say hours of PlantCon videos where I will showcase many variegated plants. But let's not forget about the green plants. They're the easiest plants to take care of, and for the most part, they're the most cost effective. And I'm just going to keep picking up some plants over here. There are a plethora of different types of Live Trend Design plants. These are magnificent in the sense that they're self-watering, and it's only for $14.95. So lots of value, lots of budget-friendly plants. That's why I recommend shopping at Lowe's, especially if you're going for a plant shopping excursion, because for the most part, at least in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, you will never really be disappointed with the selection of plants at big box stores like Lowe's. And you can even see here a Sansevieria or a snake plant. Love this, only for $14.95. Very budget-friendly plants. And when we talk about budget-friendly plants, I say within the range of $5 to $20 is budget-friendly. Anything above that, you're starting to go delve into your pockets a little bit more. Now, I did do an unboxing video of some Aglonema from overseas. On average, those plants, somebody had asked me, range between $35 to $50, because you have to think about how they were shipped here, that the shipping is included. So it is a little bit more costly to get plants from overseas, and this is a reason why we must go to Lowe's and actually do our plant shopping there. I mean, take a look at this Philodendron Moonlight, for instance. Beautiful plant. It's another one that I just am a huge fan of of the neon colored leaves. That yellow neon color is amazing. And remember, in order to maintain that coloration, you have to provide it with a lot of bright indirect light, but the leaves are stunning. They're perfect. And this is another easy care plant. We talk about easy care plant and going to the basics. A lot of big box stores don't really carry finicky plants except like calatheas and some other ones. I'm not 100% sure again what the plant name is for this plant. I'm in love with the planter though by Live Trends Design. This one was a plant I have sent to Plant Heaven twice. Therefore, I have kind of refrained from purchasing it again, but I will always consider buying an Aglonema Silver Bay. And this is another classic Aglonema, just like the Aglonema Red Siam. The Aglonema Silver Bay is phenomenal. It is another easy to care for plant. It is a very low light tolerant plant, drought tolerant plant, cost effective plant, one that's going to save you money. And you know, these are one of my biggest recommendations for anybody that is going to be collecting houseplants. Add an Aglonema Silver Bay. This plant will get fairly large as well, but it is another one that you can get many free plants from because it continues to push out little baby pups that you can separate from the mother plant. So it's a very talented plant for sure. It's going to give you a lot of joy. And let's see what else we can find at this Lowe's location. I'm seeing that there is another philodendron that we don't often see, and I'm going to try to bring this out. This is a Philodendron Bellitier by Live Trends Design. So this has got that beautiful orange stem, and it's only for $19.98. Now, plant foldies, following me on my shopping trip today, this is an example of a plant that is speaking to me. It is trying to get me to take it home. Unfortunately, I'm going to stick to my guns and not buy any plants today. I am really trying to go window plant shopping. So, but as far as this plant, I mean, this is a beautiful Philodendron Bellitier, and this plant used to be super expensive. I know that Proven Winners Leaf Joy, for instance, was the first really mainstream nursery to produce this out for big box stores. I love the fact that Live Trends Design is also now pushing this plant. So if you don't have a Philodendron Bellitier, definitely consider getting it because it's still a pretty easy plant. I wish I could buy this, honestly, for $19.98, but it's really not within my budget right now. I have spent quite a bit of money on my pre-orders for PlantCon, probably a mortgage worth of plants, but I don't regret it. It is okay, and this is the reason why. Number one, I'm super thankful to all the plant foldies that have left a monetary tip, what you call a super sticker. So for those that are wanting to leave a monetary tip for any YouTube content creator, it really does go a long way. All you have to do is press the $ button and you can enter any amount. That definitely helps with the sustainability of my YouTube channel. I mentioned my YouTube membership tier. I did upload some new videos. You'll see more in-depth videos of my specific plants, my personal plant collection. So it's almost like a house plant tour, but I'm just kind of compartmentalizing it with more of my Aglonema series, for instance, and whatnot. Feel free to join my YouTube membership tier again. It's only for $2.99. You can click the link that's pinned on my videos to join, or if you're watching this on a computer, just hit the join button. It is for the price of coffee. And I do repeat that because when you think about like the things that we spend in an instant, a cup of coffee is pretty instantly drank, versus a membership where you can really see a lot of my personal plant collection and just interact with other plant foldies. Now, let me get off of that blurb and go back to the plants. $15.98. This one is a Calathea orbifolia. Love this Calathea. This Calathea does not love me. I would not recommend it as a beginner plant. You really have to have high humidity levels. You need to be watering it with more distilled water to really keep it alive. Now, this is a plant I would recommend, another easy care plant. This is a Raven's Easy Costa Farms trending tropical plant, $19.98 in a self-watering planter. Now, I have to ask plant foldies, do you have a lot of Costa Farms trending tropicals? Do you have a ZZ plant, or much less this gorgeous Monstera Peru? I love this one. I just love the fact that it's just got nice, beautiful, lush green foliage with beautiful textures. $19.98. you know, it is another plant that I would consider putting in my plant collection. But, you know, when I think about all of the plants that I have, the majority of them have really started to just be more so Aglonema. I am not upset at that because I feel like a more curated houseplant collection is more meaningful in a sense that you can really enjoy the plants. When I actually filmed my membership only video of my Aglonema 2-week update, I was just sitting there that morning and really just enjoying the foliage and looking at all of the nuances of the plant. So for that, on that note, I am just going to walk around here and continue to pick up some plants. Let me know in the comment section what you think, and let's enjoy window plant shopping, I would say, at this Lowe's location. There's just plenty of different types of plants to choose from. Love this. Love it for anybody that is going to be shopping at Lowe's. For instance, for just house plants, these are all of the Costa Farms plants right here. And you can see we've got a beautiful fern. This one is for $5.98 in a 3-inch planter. So the exotic angel plants at Costa Farms that Costa Farms sends out to Lowe's right now are retailing for either $8.98 for the 5-inch planters or $5.98 for the 3.5-inch planters. You can really start a plant collection by just relying on the Costa Farms exotic angel plants. You can see right over here, this is a Hydra Helix. Say it with me, plant foldies, Hydra Helix. This one is the Hedera Helix, the correct way to say it, Gold Baby English Ivy, and this one is one of my favorite English Ivy for only $5.98. It is a stunner. I love the yellow variegation on it, and also the leaf shape. It really does remind me of like maple leaves, which is why I love Japanese maples. I just love the leaf structure. And then let's take a look at another Hedera Helix. This one is another one. This one is the Bettina Ivy for $5.98. So we'll just continue to walk around and look at some of the selections that they have at this Lowe's location in terms of just plants from Costa Farms. We've looked at a lot of these exotic angel plants ranging from different types of crotons. This one is a batik croton by Costa Farms. It really does look like this particular plant is on fire. Love the colors. Some people are really not into crotons. I love them. They remind me of my home country, which is the Philippines, and these plants actually grow to be full-blown trees. They require quite a bit of light, and I think that that's what makes them a little bit more challenging in terms of a plant that's grown in the house, is the lighting conditions. And as we continue to look at different types of plants to grow in an indoor space, let's be mindful about our lighting conditions. So going to this particular Lowe's location early in the morning, you can see that the sun is just rising, but these plants are already getting some really nice bright light. That is what you want to give your plants. That is the main source of energy for the plants. The more light you can possibly give a plant in terms of bright indirect light, you know, that filtered light, the better off the plant is going to be, especially when you're dealing with like a marble queen pothos. You'll get more white variegation out of it with more light. And you can see over here we have even more Costa Farms plants and urban jungle plants. This one is for $13.98. This is another Sansevieria. I think it's some type of bird's nest Sansevieria. Love the terracotta planter that's hand painted. The thing about urban jungle planters as compared to say Live Trends Design, urban jungle planters are really meant to be more of like a boho, more like hipster type look. Love it, but it's not necessarily my aesthetic. I do love the plants that urban jungle plants does push out to big box stores like Lowe's. And then you can see we've got more Costa Farms planters, more bromeliads. This one I believe is for $13.98. So I'm just going to pick this up and show you what it looks like. I do like the striping of this particular plant as well. Philodendron lemon lime is a beautiful one as well. This one is a climber, so you're going to need to give it some type of moss pole, bamboo stake, or something for it to attach, and it will give you larger leaves as it continues to climb up. That's one thing that I want everybody to really revisit, is the fact that we need to know what the natural growth habit is for a plant, whether it is a climber, if it's a trailer, or a crawler. Now this one right here is an Epipremnum alplissimum silver streak pothos. This one is also a climber, and this This one is for, I believe, $15.98. This is an easy to care for plant. I love the silver streaks of this particular plant, and it used to be uncommon. Now it's going to be more readily available. I've seen this plant actually sold at Walmart under Garden Expert for as low as $9.97. So, you know, comparing and contrasting plant pricing is a must if you're trying to save money, and especially if you're managing your finances and making sure you're sticking to your budget. Over here is another large Boston fern, or some type of fern right here, for $20.98 in an 8-inch hanging basket. Look at those leaves, super lush and full, and that is just exciting to see that is available at this Walmart, or actually not Walmart, this Lowe's. You see how I mix up all of these big box stores? It's because I'm literally in a big box store almost every day. This one is a Pixie Lime Peperomia, beautiful plant. It's another one I've been really thinking about getting into my plant collection, but you know, I've really much decided that I'm just going to be really collecting Aglonema. So hopefully, plant foldies, you're not getting tired of me talking about Aglonemas, because they are a staple in terms of my personal houseplant collection. I'm going to have more videos on the YouTube membership tier featuring my houseplants, so definitely check out that tier, look at that comment section, and if you want to join my YouTube membership tier. And then over here we have a Ficus Belus, or variegating creeping fig, beautiful plant for only $13.98. I am not as big of a fan about plants with just smaller foliage. I really like the round, robust leaves, but needless to say, if you like that different type of texture where it's a trailing plant, you can get yourself a Ficus Belus. And then let's spin around here and see what else we have in terms of plants that are available for purchase. This one is a Dieffenbachia for $15.98 in a self-watering planter. You know, Dieffenbachias look very similar to Aglonemas, but let's be mindful that they do need a lot of bright light and they require more consistent watering. This is a Monstera deliciosa right here, juvenile form with a little bit of fenestrations for $19.98. And I absolutely love the Live Trends design planter. Same thing with this Homolomena Shelby, beautiful Live Trends design planter. It's very modern, and that one is only for $19.98. We're now looking at this Epipremnum aureum global green pothos. This is a Costa Farms trending tropical plant for only $19.98. It's a really great looking plant. It's very healthy looking. You can already take cuttings from this and propagate it. And that's the beauty about pothos plants, is you can take cuttings and get more free plants. And whenever you acquire free plants, you're saving money. Now over here are just some Philodendron orchids, and we're going to continue to just walk around and see what else they have available at this Lowe's. Take a look at this Epipremnum aureum Pearls and Jade Pothos by Urban Jungle Plants. You can see that there is a little bit of reversion. Some of the vines have turned green. It's becoming more of a jade pothos. And then as we spin around here, there's going to be an entire aisle dedicated to mostly Costa Farms trending tropical plants. So let's start by taking a look at this. Though this one is not a Costa Farms plant, it is one of my favorite pothos. My favorite pothos actually, for $20.98. This one is a actually not at $20.98. This one is only for $15.98. This is a urban jungle hanging ceramic basket of pothos plants, neon pothos plants. And then what else do we have over here? Plant foldies. Look at this. We've got a philodendron painted lady. So when you talk about more philodendrons making it to a big box store, this is an example of a big box store like Lowe's that carries lots of rare and uncommon philodendrons. I would even use the word rare anymore for plants because plants are just readily available. You can go to a grocery store now and find philodendron painted ladies because Costa Farms is everywhere. And that's the thing about Costa Farms plants. They make it readily available for you to get some of these hard to get plants from years back. For instance, this Epipremnum aureum global green pothos. This is a really good specimen right over here for $19, not $20, $19.98. It is another budget-friendly plant. If you're a fan of Costa Farms trending tropical plants, let me know in the comments section which ones are you a fan of, because if you see right here, we have found some Monstera Thai constellations, Costa Farms Monstera Thai constellations for $29.98 in a 6-inch self-watering planter. So here's the thing about Monstera Thai constellations. They used to be everybody's wish list plant about 5 years ago. Now Walmart carries them as well, but now Costa Farms has a new release of just Monstera Thai constellations. Some of them have better variegation than others, but I will say Monstera Thai constellations are still, they've still got some stable variegation, so it's never going to just fully become green. I will say that lighting conditions will impact some of the variegation. So the more bright indirect light you give it, the more variegation it could potentially push out. That's not always guaranteed, but I've seen higher levels of light impact variegation. And you know, Monstera Thai constellation, that is a classic variegated plant that everybody should have in their plant collection. The thing about Monstera Thai constellations is that they do get fairly large. This one probably has the best variegation. So you're going to have to plan for when this plant grows, and it's actually a pretty fast grower once it's established. Now in its juvenile or infancy stages like this, it is more susceptible to root rot. So just make sure you are not overwatering your Monstera Thai constellation. Again, this is for $29.98. More variegated plants, more variegated philodendron. This is a philodendron ring of fire, and this is another philodendron that used to be uber rare. This one was one that I wanted to buy, but it was several $100s, and now you can go to Lowe's and buy this plant for only $19.98 thanks to Costa Farms. And you know, Costa Farms, like I said again, some people have their opinions about a video that recently surfaced about the Costa Farms problems. All I'm going to say is, again, you guys really have to look at all of what you're reading online, what you're seeing online, and make sure that you see both sides of the story. There is a little bit of controversy on it, but what I always tell people is try to maintain that good vibes only. Don't jump to conclusions about a certain video, because here's the thing. And I'll even utilize myself as an example. There are people, when I first started mentioning how I wanted to stay faceless, how they were just judging me because they were saying, oh, Richie is trying to hide something, X, Y, and Z. No, I just want to separate my social media presence aside from my everyday life. You know, it's the same thing with maybe people that create opinions about people that they may not know. So I always urge people, and this is just a running conversation I have that I will have in all of my plant shopping videos, is let's not jump to conclusions about a certain individual, a certain company, a certain business until we fully navigate all of the facts and we fully navigate what they have to say, because editing is easily created. You can create your own narrative through editing. And I'm not saying that any of the concerns that were brought up are not something that we need to be concerned about, because at the end of the day, everybody needs to be treated fairly. But at the same time, to just throw rocks at people and say that they're boycotting X, Y, and Z, I respect your opinion, but like I said again, I have been misjudged in the past, both on social media and also in real life, and I can understand how certain people can't always defend themselves. And I know that I mentioned this in maybe the last 2 to 3 videos, and the reason being is I do a lot of big box store plant shopping videos. I show a lot of Costa Farms plants. I buy a lot of Costa Farms plants in addition to, and don't try to jump your to conclusions, I also support local small businesses like Peta's Planters and many local vendors out in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. All I'm saying is, let's not be so judgmental and let's just celebrate the plants. Any concerns that we have, we need to just take it directly to whoever it may be. But when I just watch some of those videos, and I'm just like, gosh, it's that easy these days to create content and put out a narrative. And if that's how somebody really wants to be passionate about sharing their truth, then I applaud them and I support them. But let's always be out there, be very diligent about having an open mind. And maybe I'm opening a rabbit's hole by just even having commentary, but that's part of content creation. Everybody is entitled to having their space to where they can speak their truth. So going back to the plants, however, plant foldies, can you just see that this particular Lowe's location just has so many plants? Now, if you're in the DFW market, I would recommend taking a trip out here. It is definitely worth your time to go to this particular Lowe's location, because not only do they have all of these plants, they're organized fairly well. I would say that there's this one random rack here, but for the most part, you're still seeing cost-effective, budget-friendly plants like this one right here. This is a Philodendron Birkin for only $15.98 by, lo and behold, Costa Farms plants again. Now let's talk about this beautiful philodendron right here. I'm not 100% sure if this is a philodendron black cardinal, but look at the dark foliage. Dark foliage to me is a very elegant looking aesthetic, and with Live Trends design, this one is only for $19.98. Really love the look of this plant right here. And with these philodendrons, for the most part, they are easy to care for plants, ones that I would recommend. And then you can see right over here, this is another 6-inch hanging basket. This is a green Jula pothos, and what I appreciate about the green Jula pothos is it does have some interesting green on green variegation. It typically has rounder leaves, and this one is for $16.98. I do prefer the 6-inch hanging baskets as compared to the 8-inch ones. The 8-inch ones just seem to be a little bit heavy, and I don't really want to drill a lot of holes on my ceiling. But you can see over here, this is another beautiful marble queen pothos. And as far as pothos plants, so I talked about really curating my plant collection to be more of Aglonemas. I don't mind having pothos in my plant collection because for the most part, they are very easy care plants, and we all need easy care plants. Now, this is a new development by Costa Farms. So Philodendron Pink Princess used to be a trending tropical plant. At least that's their line. It used to be $19.98, but look at this. Now they have beautiful Philodendron Pink Princess for $15.98 in self-watering planters. So I love the fact that, yep, it is $15.98. You can now get a Philodendron Pink Princess from Costa Farms for $15.98. Now with Philodendron Pink Princess, like this one's actually a pretty good looking one. There are many different variegation lines of Philodendron Pink Princess. I will say that the majority of Philodendron Pink Princess you will find are going to be mostly tissue cultured plants, and that's something that I haven't really delved into. during my big box or plant shopping videos, but the majority of these plants that you are seeing have been derived from tissue culture plants. It's a lot faster to produce as compared to just the chop and prop method, although I would say a lot of Costa Farms plants are still chop and prop as well. I can't speak on which plants are tissue cultured, but I'm assuming that the Philodendron Pink Princess ones are going to be tissue cultured plants. And then over here, it's interesting. We have a Costa Farms plant. This is a Dracaena Sandriana in an urban jungle terracotta planter. Beautiful planter, and there's just so much greenery at this Lowe's location. So I urge anybody that is a local plant foldie to come out to this location. This is the one right next to George Bush Tollway. This is right off of Preston Road in West Plano, Texas. And then $17.98, we have a combination planter. This is a Lowe's exclusive where they have Costa Farms creating these combination planters. I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of these. Now, if it was a bunch of Aglonema in a combination planter, I would totally buy it any day. And then you can see over here some more Live Trends Design planters. Love the hanging baskets from Live Trends Designs. They're a little bit smaller, but I love the curated look beyond just the size of the hanging basket. And then you can see right here some more Live Trends Design. This one is an Enjoy. No, actually, yeah, it's an Enjoy Pothos. I'm assuming it's an Enjoy Pothos with the sculpture of David's face on it. This is a very quirky looking planter. I wouldn't necessarily put it in my plant collection, but you can see the very healthy looking Philodendron Hederaceum Brazil. Now these are for $15.98. So it's an interesting looking planter. You know, there are some novelty planters like this, and I love the fact that Live Trends Design delves into that. It's not just all modern contemporary looks. They do have something a little bit quirky like this. So plant foldies, we're going to continue to walk through and check out some plants. Like I said again, it is always fun to just go window plant shopping. Not to say that I want you guys to not buy plants, because clearly we need to buy up these plants. For instance, this Hydra Helix. This one is for $5.98, and you know there's never a shortage of English ivy at a big box store. You're always going to find English ivy, specifically from Costa Farms. And I'm trying to think of other nurseries that actually provide English ivy. I don't really see any urban jungle plants providing English ivies, much less Live Trends Design. So it's really Costa Farms that is leading the pack when it comes to English ivy. The only thing about English ivy, again, is those Hedera Helix are spider mite magnets. And we're just going to go ahead and take a little gander over here. You can see that this Lowe's location has these wide windows. So all of these plants are going to be living their best life. And here is another trending tropicals plant by Costa Farms. This one is a Monstera Cobra, or what you call the Monstera Stadliana. And let's see what else I can pick up over here. Lots of beautiful plants, and this one is gorgeous. This one is a Philodendron Golden Crocodile. You can see that this is a serrated leaf philodendron. This one has actually gotten very good lighting, and I can tell this because look at that golden color of this philodendron. The new leaf has actually come out as a serrated blade, and I love it. $19.98. Now, if I were to buy a plant today, this would definitely be the plant I would buy hands down. I mean, would you agree? This is a stunning plant. I love serrated philodendrons. You know, you have the Philodendron Ring of Fire, Philodendron Pluto. We have the Philodendron Golden Crocodile. We have the Philodendron Caramel Marble, which is really the most elusive, most expensive one, but that is one of my wish list plants. Philodendrons in general, especially those serrated philodendrons, tend to be the easier plants to take care of. And I'm going to go ahead and give some more love to the Aglonema Red Siam. Look at the pink stems, $15.98. And I speak with a lot of passion when it comes to Aglonema, because I truly believe if I can utilize this platform to actually create more awareness, get people excited about Aglonemas, maybe I won't be that odd person that goes to like a plant show, like say PlantCon 2025. And when people ask me what my favorite plant is, I talk about an Aglonema, and I'm just getting this like baffled look. So hopefully you guys will buy an Aglonema red siam, or we should just buy these 2 Philodendron golden crocodiles. Like, I would actually go back to this Lowe's location. In hindsight, I do kind of regret not purchasing it, but I already have a Philodendron golden crocodile, and you can see that there are speckles and of different Philodendron golden crocodiles. And take a look at this urban jungle planter, $24.98. This is another new terracotta planter right here. Really love the painted look. It definitely does give it a more handcrafted vibe. And this one is a Philodendron Prince of Orange, maybe. Feel free to leave in the comment section if I don't have the right plant ID. But to say that this Lowe's location isn't stocked would be catastrophe, because it definitely is. And to say that we don't find rare or uncommon philodendrons at big box stores, this Lowe's location definitely proves us wrong, because we are seeing some amazing philodendrons. I mean, we've seen a Philodendron Pink Princess, we've seen Monstera Thai Constellation, variegated plants, and beautiful Epipremnum aureum global green pothos, $19.98. Like, I could definitely collect all of the trending tropical plants by Costa Farms. Can you tell that I am definitely a fan of Costa Farms plants? And the reason being is it's more readily accessible for anybody that loves plants, for anybody that is looking for budget-friendly plants. And I really do love the interactions I've had with the Costa Farms team. I love that they have a Q&A session that they have on their Instagram. So if you're not following Costa Farms, definitely follow them. And then also, I wanted to shout out Plant Foldy, or actually Super Plant Foldy David. He sent me some amazing unboxing videos, or at least not videos, but pictures of his Costa Farms online purchase. So thank you for sharing that, David. And David, again, thank you for bringing joy to other plant foldies by getting them a random YouTube membership gift. Now, as far as this Aglonema red siam, this would be a gift for myself if I were to have bought this. This would be another plant between the Aglonema red siam that I picked up and this one. I would buy both of them. These are only for $15.98, but look at the beautiful coloration. Love the pink stems, and I just hope that every single plant foldy that has watched my videos will consider buying this plant and putting it into your plant collection. I feel like that is the rite of passage when you become a diehard GrowFold subscriber, is to pick up an Aglonema red siam. It is the mascot for my YouTube channel. I could choose another more exotic or rare Aglonema, like the Aglonema Golden Hope, Aglonema Lotus Delight, Aglonema Crown of Siam. But to me, what embodies this big box or plant shopping YouTube channel is the accessibility, the budget friendly, the not so intimidating plants that we see. And I really hope that this content does give you guys an open space, a safe space where we can just look at plants. You can listen to me talk all day, because I love to talk, and I love those interactions that we have with the plant foldy community. If you were to watch my videos from about a year ago, when I first started doing big box or plant shopping videos, I would literally just tell you all the plant care tips and the prices of the plants. Like, I mean, this one right here, Philodendron White Knight. This one is another gorgeous philodendron that I would definitely add to my plant collection, because look at this. Look at that variegation. This is a prime example of a gorgeous specimen of a plant, a variegated philodendron at a big box store for only $19.98. And Costa Farms is really one of the main nurseries that make these plant prices affordable. And that's the reason why, as far as anything in terms of me saying something negative about Costa Farms, I really couldn't say that, because number one, I'm not really involved in whatever, controversy that some content may have created, or, some of those concerns. What I do know is we can go to a big box store like Lowe's and look at these plants right over here, Philodendron Birkin, and then you can see that this Philodendron Birkin is actually reverting, because you can see that there's more green, larger leaves. But look at this sea of Aglonema red siams. Like, should we do an Aglonema red siam giveaway for some plant foldies? Let me know in the comment section below. And what do you guys think about these specific Aglonema red siams, and even these Philodendron Birkins, but I am just kind of arranging everything and just picking up these Aglonema red cymes because they're beautiful. $15.98. Please leave in the comment section if you have an Aglonema red cyme. Please leave in the comment section if you do not have an Aglonema red cyme and why do you not have one. These are gorgeous plants. I talk about them all the time. I will continue to talk about them all the time, and hopefully my efforts to talk about them all the time will get you to buy an Aglonema red cyme. Like this one right here has gotten some really good sun stressing. You see that the leaves are just fabulous, and with that morning sun coming up, with the sun rising, I just feel like today's video has some really good lighting, some really good early morning lighting. Now, we're going to go spin around here and just take a look at some of these alocasias and other plants by Urban Jungle, as well as some of these hanging basket plants. Feel free to leave in the comment section what you think. I just know that these Alocasia cupreas for only $13.95 is an amazing price. And look at this beautiful planter as well by Urban Jungle Plants. I just wish between Costa Farms plants, Live Trends Design plants, and Urban Jungle plants, one of these nurseries should really set the trend and start getting into Aglonemas, really sourcing out some of these more colorful Aglonemas that you can find from Indonesia. And again, if you haven't actually seen my most recent unboxing from Green Spaces ID, definitely check it out. You can see that I found some amazing Aglonema, and I just recently posted a members only video of my Aglonema 2-week update of some of my personal plants, where I really take in-depth video of them, give you some commentary, and also some of my plant care tips. So that's the reason why I have talked about that YouTube membership tier. I really want to make it something special where if you become a super plant foldy, you have more access to my personal plants, because I have, and I've already told people this in some of the live premiere chats, I have more than 100 different varieties of Aglonema. And wait till you see my PlantCon 2025 haul of some really cool, colorful plants. You already know, I don't even have to say what plants I have, but stay tuned for that. And I even have some more plants that I'm getting in the mail for that. So lots to see and lots to really access once you become a YouTube membership tier. But anyways, going back to these plants, you can see this is a Peperomia Ginny. This one is actually sun stressed, because when it's sun stressed, it gives you that pink outline or margin, and the more light you give it, the more sun stressing it gets, the pinker this particular Peperomia is. This is another plant that I would say is overlooked and underrated when you start comparing them to definitely like anthuriums. So let's talk about anthuriums as I do big box or plant shopping videos. There are not many anthuriums in production for big box stores. The only ones I've seen are the Anthurium Dock Block Michelles at Home Depot. But in terms of all the other anthuriums, the only one you'll see is literally the blooming anthurium, which I love as well. Now, I do want to highlight some of these bonsai right here. These are for $29.98. I would say these bonsai still need a little bit more work when it comes to styling. I ended up buying a Chinese elm actually as a pre-bonsai at another Lowe's location. It will be a separate video where I transform it and wire it and style it to become a full-blown bonsai. But again, plant foldies, as you can see right here, this is a super full Lowe's location. And hopefully I can continue to get you guys some more content throughout the week. I do have to work on Sunday. I am off on Saturday, so I'll hopefully be able to produce some plants. And then this is another Aglonema. This is an Aglonema Electric Lime. Beautiful plant. I love the white stems. White stem Aglonema is fabulous, and that is only for $15.98. We've got some easy care plants over there, some Sansevierias, and then I'm just gonna spin around here as I wrap up my plant shopping excursion with y'all today. Just gonna show you a couple more shots of this gorgeous Lowe's location. It is one that is worth the drive. It is a little bit longer for me to get to this Lowe's location. It's about a 35-40 minute drive depending on traffic. If you've enjoyed today's video and want more content, definitely join my YouTube membership tier, and please make sure you are pressing the thumbs up or like button for this video. This is Richie at Growfold. I hope you guys will actually hit the subscribe button with all the notification bell on. Lots of brand new content headed your way in the next couple of days, and hopefully you guys will check out the videos on the screen as well.